get off your phone now. 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 Ooh, get off your phone.
What's up, everybody? Welcome to Fuck Your Phone, the show where we all try to kick our smartphone addiction together. My name is Kristen, and I'm your host. Today, I have my friend Ariel joining me. Ariel and I have known each other for 30 years. Chanel might pop on too, Ariel's dog. Oh, there she is. Every week, I have one of my friends do a no phone challenge and come on the show and talk about it. So Ariel actually wound up having a very natural no phone challenge occur. You want to tell us?
Yes. So I have a 14-year-old daughter who her phone stopped working on a random Monday. She could not use her phone. It was really tough for her. So we had a doctor's appointment and we had a really long time in the waiting room and she didn't have a phone. And she needed a phone. So I gave her my phone. So I sat for about an hour in the waiting room with no phone.
And how was that experience?
Very difficult. It was hard. We were actually both arguing with who would have the phone, and I let her have it, and I was the one that struggled.
Yeah, it's hard, right?
It was really.
It's hard in a moment when you're not prepared for it. Like when you're like, I think when you plan it and you're like, I'm going to put my phone away, it feels so good to just get away from it. But when you're like, oh man, I'm in a situation where what am I going to do with myself?
And at night, I'm able to put my phone away, but when I sit in a room waiting, I'm always on my phone.
Yeah.
I'm scrolling Instagram, I'm texting my friends. So it was a struggle.
Yeah.
It was not easy.
And what did you wind up doing?
So what I did was I was counting the squares on the ceiling. My daughter Kyle was actually laughing at me. I started by counting the squares, and then I read a few brochures that they had as an allergist.
I was going to say, did they have magazines?
Not magazines, but they had some brochures.
Okay.
I lost interest in reading that. It was I was really struggling. I was tapping my feet. I was getting up. I was walking around. I sat back down. It was a good hour without my phone.
It's like withdrawal symptoms.
Yeah, and I actually realized that we're so dependent.
I know.
On being on our smartphone. It was in that moment where I told Kaya, we started laughing. But she's like, if you really want it, you could have it back. I was like, no, you take it. But we're dependent on our smartphone.
We're so dependent. It's hilarious because Ariel called me that day and was like, because I had asked you to do the no phone challenge and you called me and she was just like, oh my God, I just had the experience like naturally.
It came naturally.
Yeah.
And it happened to be that they had us waiting forever.
Yeah.
So it was longer than an ordinary wait time.
Yeah.
But I told Kristen, I said, this was a real struggle. We're all addicted to it.
Yeah. Do you know what's so funny? I actually thought about doctor's offices when we were kids' doctor's offices when we were growing up. There were toys and games everywhere. Do people, I mean, I don't have kids, so I don't really know. Do kids play with those toys and games anymore?
My daughter's a little older. We don't run to the pediatrician as much, but everybody's on a smartphone. I actually even thought about what did we do back in the day before our phone?
How would it have gone if you were like, no, you can't have my phone, and both of you just sat there? Would you have chatted? Would you have like what?
Probably. That probably would have been something that would have been a good idea. Honestly, these teenagers are also dependent on their phone.
Yeah.
So the fact that she was without a phone for almost a week and a half.
Yeah.
This is some issue with iCloud.
Okay.
I felt bad for her.
Yeah.
So I gave her my phone.
Yeah.
At that moment.
Yeah.
Because she had already been like 2 or 3 days without a phone.
Yeah.
Even though she was borrowing mine in between.
What's her school thing? Did they have to put their phones in a pocket or something?
For her school, they're supposed to leave them in a locker.
Okay.
Yeah, they leave them in a locker. She actually goes away to a summer camp all summer.
Yes.
And there's no phone.
I love
that. Is all the parents, everyone that I've spoken to, that's one of the beauties of being in sleepaway camp.
Yeah.
They take away, or they're not even allowed to bring their smartphones or any kind of electronics.
I think that's amazing that they do that. Well, okay, so a lot of the topics that we've been talking about over the past couple of weeks are separate yourself from your phone, right? So if you can get an alarm clock, if you can get some clocks around the house, if you can get a pedometer, if you can get a GPS for your car, all the things that just because our phones can do everything for us doesn't mean they should, right? We talked about secondhand disconnection. We talked about how your phone use affects the people that you're around. We also talked about secondhand disconnection in the community because just because you're not with somebody directly, like a friend or a colleague or a child or a partner, doesn't mean that you shouldn't still be having little moments of connection with people outside of your family. So one of the things that I wanted to talk about this week is the dislocation theory of addiction. The dislocation theory of addiction doesn't really distinguish between a behavioral addiction or a substance addiction. And obviously this is a behavioral addiction, right? With our phones. And the problem with behavioral addictions is that you need them. You need them. Like if you're a shopping addict, you have to shop sometimes. If you're a food addict, you have to have food sometimes. So that's the issue with behavioral addictions. And with our phone, we need it. Like we actually do need our phone for a lot of things. So they've got us. They've got us so good. So, but what the dislocation theory of addiction says is that you can, work on somebody's addiction. You can focus on, like, if you go to rehab, you're sort of working on stopping yourself from engaging in that behavior, whatever the behavior is. But if you don't also treat the underlying issue that sent somebody there, the social exclusion or the aimlessness, if they don't have a sense of belonging, these are all things that if somebody is feeling this way, it's just going to lead them to a different addiction. So you kind of have to target the addiction and what's going on. So I think if we look at society, like what's going on with all of this, it's the addiction because we're all addicted to our phones. But then it's like, well, what's going on? And part of what I think is that we're just feeling disconnected from our communities. We're feeling disconnected from the people who live next door, live outside, and we're all so overstimulated all the time. When you go home, you just want to switch off. You don't want to be in touch with people.
I just sit on my couch for an hour just scrolling.
Yeah, and even if you're not scrolling, you're just tired from all of the input that you've had all day. But before, we didn't have that much input. We really didn't. So we were happy to just talk to people. Well, one of the things that we have talked about before, because we used to go clubbing. That's just what we did when we were, growing up. And I mean, I think it's amazing that we used to get in the car, go to the city, go to a club. Huge. These clubs were absolutely huge. And we'd find each other. Like somebody would go to we didn't go to the bathroom all together. And somehow we all found each other and got home. I think it's amazing with no phone, no contact.
I remember about my mom used to sleep at my house. My mom was the lenient one.
Yes, her mom was the lenient one.
And she didn't have a phone to get in touch with me, but she always worried she would stand on the balcony.
Yeah.
It would be like 3 a.m. and we were driving home and my mom would be on the balcony looking. No phone.
My mom didn't even know I was there. My parents were the strict ones.
Yeah.
What I think too happens is unnecessary censorship. We were a mess. Like when we came home from a club, it was 4 o'clock in the morning. We looked destroyed. We danced all night long. All night long. Yeah. And I think that one of the things that people have been saying a lot now is that this generation is sort of, it's like, they're more concerned with how they look and what's, and I don't want to take that away from people. I understand that, but that sucks that they have to worry about
I actually saw something on Instagram that the club era is gone because everyone is so worried about taking pictures and what they look like that they're not living in the moment at the club.
Yeah, I know. And I feel for them. I feel for people who aren't just having a great time at the club. Okay, the dislocation theory of addiction pretty much says that you can treat the addiction itself, but if you don't treat the underlying issue as well, it's still going to linger and somebody might go off to another addiction. And so some of those underlying issues, like I had said, it's social exclusion, aimlessness, if you feel like you have unhealthy relationships, if you don't really have a sense of belonging, those are the things that send somebody into an addiction in the first place. And so I think with us, with society, we're really disconnected from our communities. I don't think that we know our neighbors anymore. I don't think that we have real chats with people anymore in the street. Trevor Noah?
Yeah.
I love Trevor Noah so much. So he says somewhere, somebody was talking about small talk and he's like, I love small talk. Small talk is the way that we connect with strangers and talk to people. And it is. And if we don't feel safe enough to just talk to our community, random people in our community who are strangers, but they shouldn't be, just about the weather or how are you doing or did you see that? I don't know, whatever comes up in a community. It's really important for us to do that. So I think that at some point, I'm going to probably start another podcast called Throwing Stitches. And that podcast is going to be about just going out into your community and connecting with people in your community. I talk to everybody. So, I mean, some people think I'm a weirdo, but I'm I just want to talk to random people on the street.
You've always been that way. You've always been. Since teen years, you've always been very outgoing and friendly. Talk about that social interaction. Thanks for having me. I'm going to be more mindful now about designating time to put my phone away.
Good. I'm so glad to hear it. Thanks so much for tuning in, guys. We're going to keep this short and sweet because that's the whole point. And Ariel?
Get off your phone. Goodbye.
Thanks so much for listening. Be sure to tune in next week to see what the next No Phone Challenge will be. If you'd like to do a No Phone Challenge and be a guest on the show, you can contact me through my website, KristenRuane.com. You can also find my book on there. It's called Finding Victoria, and it has nothing to do with what this podcast is about. It's the story of a precocious little girl and her mother who calls a behavior analyst to help her untangle some of her daughter's challenging behaviors. Or if you're looking for a BCBA, you can schedule a session with me through my website.
Get off